Leél Michelle is an innovator with an eye for design. Leél has worked in retail management for some of the most successful brands in the world. And she used those experiences to help her come up with her latest business venture. And Leél is joining us from the San Diego area. Hello, Leél. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, so well. So well. I have been looking forward to chatting with you about your experiences and what you've learned in the industry. But we'll start from the beginning. Leél, where did your love for dogs come from?
Honestly, my love for dogs started when I was like a little girl. I mean, most people in the pet industry, like myself, wanted to, be a veterinarian. And once
Oh,
I realized that I didn't want to deal with blood and guts, and I just really wanted to be involved in some way, I just looked for a way to get there. And that's what led me to this road, this journey that I'm on right now.
and what an awesome journey it is. You have gone from retail, and then you've worked your way into working in the dog industry. Kind of bring us up to speed on how that happened and what inspired the change for you.
So, initially I was in the amusement park industry after my stint in corporate America, and I took a summer off. Thought I did all I could in for a company that I worked for in the amusement park industry, and I really wanted something different to bite my teeth into. And so what I did was, 2 blocks from my house, there was a grooming salon that was for sale. And so I really started to research the industry, and I saw all of the opportunity within the industry. And so I went to dog grooming school. That was my first foray into the pet industry. And I would come back on the weekends, and then what I did was, build out my grooming salon and pet boutique. So I did that for about 13 years. Along the way, I founded a dog grooming apparel company. I had
Nice.
also built and designed custom dog hotels for upscale grooming salons. And it was basically, as they say, the riches are in the niches. It
There
was
you go.
essentially me finding things for my business. And as it turned out, there was a lot of other business owners in my industry that were intrigued and wanting to know how they could get their hands on those things. So, how, sometimes, what do they say? It's the necessity of invention, or however they put
There
that
you
up.
go. I love
But,
it. I love it. And you're an innovator, right? You're an innovator. You're a Renaissance woman. And that's one of the things I love about your story and really about life in general. There's never anything that we do in life that's really like an accident, in my opinion. It's like one thing leads to the next thing that leads to the next thing. And then you look
yes,
back and you go, oh, yeah, that's probably what that experience was for. So,
yes,
one might say, oh, very different industries, but talk to us
yes.
about how, that experience was critical really to help with your success today.
Yes, it was. And in fact, I had a very good friend of mine that asked, I don't understand. You were in the amusement park industry, you were in the retail industry, you were in kind of corporate America, and dog grooming, like why?
Right.
And for me, it was a journey in finding out, what is my true passion. And I read an article somewhere that said a lot of times people will be the most happy in something that they really enjoyed or they were very passionate about in childhood. And those have always been two things for me, and it's art and it's animals. So I thought, well,
There you
what
go.
can I do besides going back to, into veterinary medicine that would allow me to, be able to work in my second passion, which was working with animals. And, then, on Craigslist popped up, there was a grooming salon 2 blocks from my house. And so that's what started the
Great.
journey for me.
That's so great. I love when you talk too. It's like I just see the sparkle in your eyes, that passion, which is so awesome. And I know that you're actually known for being a dynamic speaker. So tell us about how you got into public speaking and then sharing your experience at trade shows. That is so cool.
Well, honestly, I never thought I would, like most people, I had a huge fear of public speaking, believe it or not. And,
Sure. Yeah.
but with my grooming apparel company, as I was traveling across the nation with my grooming apparel, I was talking to these groomers and I really spoke their language. But what I had realized is that I did things very differently because of my corporate background. I didn't work in the industry and then open my store. I did the opposite, which I don't always recommend. If I had
You're
not
tough.
had my corporate background, that would have been a disaster. But
That's
so,
true. I like it. You're speaking truth.
yes. So I had, some structure to start with. But a groomer, we were kind of comparing notes, and I was just, having a normal conversation with her about, how I ran my business and certain things that I was doing. And that's when she said, I don't understand. Why aren't you sharing your knowledge with, us in the industry? Like, you can help so many people in the industry with all of your innovative ideas. And so that really, excited me because I absolutely love supporting female entrepreneurs and motivating and inspiring because, we're a very tight knit community, and
Yes.
I really want to support more people realizing their dreams and their passions through starting their businesses, and so that's what kind of got me started on that journey.
I love that. And I love that spirit of let's link arms and come alongside one another and encourage one another, which is so awesome. And I'm going to make you blush a little bit because there's another reason why you speak at these shows, because you have won so many awards. I have to read off of the paper. I can't even memorize all these. You are amazing. Okay, highest rated speaker at the Global Pet Expo 2019. First place winner and cover for the Coolest Store 2018 in Pets Plus magazine. Second place winner for Best New Grooming Product of 2018. I mean, this list goes on and on. First place winner, Best New Grooming Product 2017. You're amazing. What can I say? I'm so proud of you. Good job.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
What an amazing career.
I mean, the thing is, I think that, we all have our own story, journey, and brand. And I think if you're just really passionate about what you do, it speaks volumes to people. And it gets you in these situations where, and in fact, those two pet product awards, I had no idea I even won them. I was at Super Zoo at my booth, and somebody walked up to me and said, "Hey, I just saw on stage you won an award. Why weren't you there?" I said, "I had no idea." Both times, by the way.
The bearer of good news. That's right.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like I'm winning it right now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think
Fantastic.
excellence is a reward in and of itself, is what I heard a professor once say. So I think, as long as you are authentic and true to yourself, and you have that passion and that drive and execution, because, if you're trying to run a business, other than a hobby, that it takes a lot of execution involved as well.
It sure does. I love that. And I love how you're saying, just put your best face forward, do the best job you can every single day to get the best results you can for your customers. And in this case, you got awards, but you're doing it because you just want to do things with excellence and do things right, which is awesome, Leél. So I'm so happy for you. And I want to hear more about your latest venture, the Dog Cake Bakery. Tell us more about that.
So, it really started again, much like my other projects, where there was, I felt a niche that needed to be filled. In my pet boutique that I had for over 13 years, we sold a lot of the products on the market, and then I started designing some of my own products. and I got a local dog franchise to actually make my products for me. And fortunately for her, unfortunately for me, she retired. And I thought, well, I've got this client base now that loves these products, and I can't find anybody else to make them to the same, standards. So I thought, I'm going to have to figure this out for myself. Here's another venture, another journey I get to go on. Never having worked in any bakery or food service, I just thought, just like everything else in my life, I just, went and attacked it, and did a lot of research and did a lot of R&D. It honestly started out of, my apartment years ago that I had the idea. But it would be years till I actually started it, kind of, again, out of necessity when my dog baker at the time, that franchise, she retired. And she was so sweet when I opened up, when I moved my location, my pet boutique, and I sold my grooming salon, and I opened up my bakery. She came over and helped. It was very sweet. But that's initially what started it. It was something that, I had a clientele base that, was really loved my product. And I couldn't get anybody else to make it for me. So I figured out, what, let's do that. I'm an entrepreneur. Here's a nice little puzzle. Let's figure this out.
There you go. You're always up for a good challenge. And two, you've been able to use your art background. I mean, you can tell with these very creative and fun and beautiful treats that you really care about the aesthetic of them too. So I can only imagine how happy dog owners are to get the beautiful cakes for their dogs, for the precious pictures and all the things. What are some of your top sellers?
So I would say definitely our dog birthday cakes and cupcakes are definitely our top sellers, because what's a little bit different about Dog Cake Bakery is that what I had discovered, retailing for over 13 years in the pet industry, is there was really beautiful treats on the market that weren't very pretty, and then very pretty treats on the market that weren't very healthy. And with my grooming background and wanting to make sure that I, made sure that, we're doing no harm, and with the assistance of a veterinarian, we created our recipes so we could make an Instagrammable, beautiful product that the dogs really love, that were really healthy, that, my clients would love to have a picture of their dog on their birthday right next to our treats. And so as a result, we do, a lot of our clients share those pictures with us, and we absolutely love it.
That's fantastic. So beautiful, healthy, and of course, with the beautiful goes the picture worthy. That is awesome. Things can be healthy and tasty, and dogs can enjoy them. Fantastic. Now, I also know, Leél, that you're passionate about keeping simplicity in your business model too. Has that really worked to your benefit as you've built your business?
It has. And again, just like you were discussing earlier, where every experience is kind of a building block on your journey for your next, venture. And so what I had learned in the pet industry, or in the grooming apparel industry, is there was a lot of need. And I very quickly created a lot of different designs and colors and sizes. And that did get me into a little bit of trouble, because then you're stuck with a lot of inventory. And then there's a lot too many choices. So I thought, I'm in San Diego. For those of you in California, In-N-Out is a big deal here. And one of the most beautiful things about In-N-Out is the simplicity of their menu. And I always love that. And so I wanted to use that kind of model that they're so well known for in creating our brand. And, we technically only have about 6 products, but they come in a variety of colors, and it just makes it easier for the client. It makes it easier for, manufacturing and production. But also, it allows us to scale a little bit easier, so that we don't have to worry about making all those SKUs. And, luckily, aside from my artistic, expression and talents, I do kind of, as an entrepreneur, you have to do this and look at it like in 5 years, if I'm going to scale this, how am I going to do that? And trying to keep it as simple as possible was very important. Additionally, I have 13 plus years in the upscale pet boutique retail experience that told me, okay, what do I absolutely have to have? What can I limit these options to? What sells the most? So I'd already kind of done that R&D for over, 13 years in my own retail, brick and mortar store. So that helped me out a lot.
That's great. And you mentioned 5 years. So I have to ask you, what is your 5-year plan? As you look into the future, what do you see for yourself and for your business?
So, I answered this before, and I do have a lot of goals for this brand, a lot of different products and accessories, and maybe learning opportunities that we can bring with the dog bakery product. But in addition to that, I mean, honestly, I don't stick steadfast to any particular goal, because I feel like, I have goals, they're loose, but I feel like
you do. We know this about you.
Yes.
Lofty goals. Yes.
Yes, but I do kind of enjoy the journey while I'm at it, because I feel like if you don't do that, sometimes you could be so on such a straight and narrow path that you lose out on a lot of opportunities that, come your way. Like, being able to talk to you guys and, being able to support an amazing brand like, Dog Mom News as well. Had I not, responded to you guys, I wouldn't be here. So I try to really
so glad you are
open, right? So I think it's important to keep yourself open to all kinds of opportunities and partnerships.
It's so smart. And who would have thought, right? Now you're in grocery stores. You probably might not have thought that would be the case.
I did not.
Right? And so that's an incredible milestone. And then on a more serious note too, I think the pandemic did teach us to be flexible, to be ready, and to be prepared to just roll and go with things. Did you face any particular challenges, say supply chain issues or anything of that nature in the pandemic?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, first of all, I had, a fancy dog cake bakery and boutique that really was not a necessity in the pandemic. So I had only been there for 1 year in my new beautiful location. And I just knew that I was, the numbers, spoke volumes, and I was not going to be able to continue in that environment. So I had to make the hard business decision and sell that business and pivot into more of a commercial, wholesale online model. And I am so glad that I did. It was really, really great. It's allowed me to expand and focus on, being able to help other stores. We're in almost 500 stores nationwide, and help those small business franchises, gift shops and what have you, build their brand, because the birthday segment really just brings an experience to families and friends, and it brings joy, really. That's
it does.
At the core,
you took the word right from my mouth. I thought, brings joy.
Yes,
that is beautiful. And really, your story is one of innovation and of resilience. And I love, Leél, how you're giving back. So it's been great to just talk about all of these different topics with you today. And we wish you so, so much success. For our viewers who want to keep tabs on the amazing things that are happening, what is the best way for them to stay informed of what's happening with the Dog Cake Bakery?
Well, they can visit one of our multitude of social media channels, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or our website, which is at Dog Cake Bakery. We're always putting out something. We're incredibly busy. I'm on LinkedIn under Leél Michelle. But I would say social media, Instagram or TikTok, we're going to try to, be a little bit more active on there coming up soon. So dogcakebakery.com, or our handle is at Dog Cake Bakery.
Okay, Leél Michelle of Dog Cake Bakery. Thank you so much, and you take care.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching this Dog Mom News clip. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome and informative Dog Mom News content. And while you're at it, ring the bell so that you can find out about more content in real time. And be sure to join us Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live show. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, everyone.